compartment of the leg. Its different compartments made by the fascia, muscles present inside the compartments, bones forming this compartment, blood supply, nerve supply, and the function of the muscles of the posterior compartment of the leg. Posterior compartment of the leg contains flexor muscles that plantar flex the ankle joint. There is a superficial posterior compartment and a deep posterior compartment. The posterior compartment of the leg contains flexor muscles that plantar flex the ankle joints. There are three muscles in the superficial compartments of the leg. These muscles are gastrocnemius muscle, plantaris muscle, and soleus muscle. Now in the deep compartment of the leg, there are four muscles. Number one, popliteus muscle. Number two, flexor digitorum longus muscle. Number three, flexor hallucis longus. And fourth muscle is tibialis posterior muscle. Now here in the transverse section we can see tibia and fibula bone. Then interosseous membrane forming the compartments, that septum of the deep fascia extending inside. Through different attachments, it divides into the compartments to the leg. Number one, anterior compartment, lateral compartment, presence of the blood vessels and nerve supply, deep posterior compartment, and superficial posterior compartment. Now muscles of the superficial posterior compartment. Number one, gastrocnemius arises as two heads from the posterior surface of the medial and lateral femoral condyles. In this diagram also we can see presence of the gastrocnemius medial head and the gastrocnemius lateral head. Second muscle is soleus, originates from the posterior aspect of the fibular head, fibular shaft and tibial shaft. In this diagram we can also see presence of the soleus. Soleus and gastrocnemius merge to form the Achilles tendon. This tendon inserts onto the posterior and superior surfaces of the calcaneum. Plantaris, this slender muscle arises from the lateral supracondylar ridge of the femur and inserts onto the calcaneum just medial to the Achilles tendon. In this diagram we can see the same muscle present over here, plantaris. Now muscles of the deep posterior compartment of the leg are popliteus, originates from the posterior aspect of the upper tibia, originates from groove on the lateral surface of the lateral condyle of the femur. It inserts onto the posterior aspect of the upper part of the tibia. Popliteus originates from the posterior aspect of the upper tibia, inserts into lateral surface of lateral condyle of femur. This muscle contributes to the function of the knee joint by unlocking the extended leg and rotating the femur on the tibia. Tibialis posterior muscle originates from the posterior aspect of the interosseous membrane, fibular shaft and tibial shaft. Inserts onto the navicular and sends extensions to other tarsal bones and metatarsal bone of the foot. This is the principal inverter of the foot. Here in this diagram we can see presence of the tibialis posterior. Flexor digitorum longus originates from the posterior aspect of the tibial shaft, splits into 4 tendons which insert onto the distal phalanges of the second to fifth toes. It flexes the toes. Here we can see the situation of flexor digitorum longus in this cross section. Flexor hallucis longus originates from the posterior aspect of the fibular shaft and interosseous membrane. It inserts onto the distal phalanx of the big toe. So it flexes the big toe. Here in this diagram we can see situation of the flexor hallucis longus in the deep compartment of the posterior side, just back to the tibialis posterior. Now see the summary of the muscles of the posterior compartment of leg. Number 1, gastrocnemius originates from the medial head. Medial head originates from the posterior surface of the medial femoral condyle. Lateral head originates from the posterior surface of the lateral femoral condyle. The two heads unite and with soleus form the Achilles tendon, which inserts onto the posterior and upper surface of the calcaneum bone of the foot. Its powerful plantar flexor of ankle joint. Its nerve supply is tibial nerve, which takes origin from S1, S2, and its blood supply is from the sural branches of the popliteal artery. Soleus muscle. Its origin is from posterior aspect of fibular head, posterior surface of upper fibular shaft, soleal line on posterior tibia and medial border of tibia. Its insertion, it unites with gastrocnemius aponeurosis to form the Achilles tendon, inserts onto posterior and upper surfaces of calcaneum. Its action, plantar flexor of ankle. Its nerve supply is from tibial nerve, whose root value is from S1, S2, and its blood supply is from posterior tibial, peroneal and sural arteries. Now plantaris muscle, its origin is from in the inferior aspect of lateral supracondylar ridge of distal femur. Its insertion is at the posterior calcaneal surface, medial to Achilles tendon. Its action, plantar flexor of ankle, also flexes knee. Nerve supply is from tibial nerve, root values from L5, S1, S2, and its blood supply is through the sural arteries. Popliteus muscles takes origin from lateral surface of lateral condyle of femur. Inserts to the posterior surface of tibia, superior to the soleal line. The tendon passes into the capsule of the knee and gives an extension to the posterior part of the lateral meniscus. The action of the popliteus muscle is it unlocks the extended kidney by laterally rotating the femur on the tibia. Its nerve supply is through tibial nerve, whose root value is L4, L5, S1. Its blood supply is through medial inferior genicular branch of popliteal artery and the posterior tibial artery. Tibialis posterior muscle takes origin. Posterior aspect interosseous membrane, superior half of tibia and medial posterior surface of fibula. It has its insertion onto navicular tuberosity and sends extensions to other tarsal bones and metatarsals. Its action is it inverts, adducts, supinates foot and plantar flexes ankle. Its nerve supply through tibial nerve whose root value is L4, L5 and its blood supply is branches from sural, peroneal and posterior tibial arteries. Flexor digitorum longus muscle takes origin from posterior surface of tibia distal to soleal line. Its insertion is splits into 4 slips, inserts onto plantar surface of bases of distal phalanges of second, third, fourth and fifth toes. Action it flexes the toes from second to 5, also helps in plantar flexion of ankle joint. Its nerve supply is through tibial nerve whose root value is S1, S2. Its blood supply is from muscular branches of the posterior tibial arteries. Flexor hallucis longus. Its origin from inferior 2/3 of posterior surface of fibula, lower part of interosseous membrane. Its insertion is at plantar surface of base of distal phalanx of great toe. Its action is it flexes the great toe, supinates ankle, weak ankle plantar flexor. Its nerve supply is from tibial nerve whose root value is from S to S3. Blood supply is through the muscular branches of peroneal and posterior tibial arteries. Now see the nerve supply of this compartment. All the muscles of the posterior compartment of leg are supplied by the tibial nerve, a terminal branch of the sciatic nerve. Here in this diagram we can see the presence of tibial nerve which is ultimately branch from the sciatic one. Now tibial nerve arises from sciatic nerve. It's a large terminal branch. Then it comes into popliteal fossa, goes between tibia and tibialis posterior, lies medial to posterior, tibial artery first, then lies laterally to it, passes behind medial malleolus between flexor digitorum longus and flexor hallucis longus, then divides into medial and lateral plantar nerves. Sciatic nerve gives mainly 2 branches initially, tibial nerve and common peroneal. Tibial nerve again gives muscular branches to posterior leg compartment, cutaneous to medial calcaneal branch, skin over medial surface of heel, articular branch to ankle joint, terminal branches to the medial and lateral plantar nerves. Arterial supply of this compartment. Popliteal artery, continuation of the femoral artery at the lower border of the popliteus, divides into anterior and posterior tibial arteries, 2 branches. Then again gives the branches, articular or genicular branches to the knee joint, muscular branches to the hamstring muscles, gastrocnemius, soleus and plantaris, and also gives the cutaneous branches. Now anterior tibial artery passes anteriorly between tibia and fibula through gap in the interosseous membrane. It then runs down the entire length of the leg and into the foot where it becomes the dorsalis pedis artery. Posterior tibial artery continues inferiorly along the surface of the deep muscles of leg. It accompanies tibial nerve in entering the sole of the foot by the tarsal tunnel. Here it divides into medial and lateral plantar arteries. It gives off branches. The fibular artery in leg. This artery moves laterally, penetrating the lateral compartment of the leg. It supplies muscles in the lateral and posterior compartments. Now posterior tibial artery arises from popliteal artery at the lower part of the popliteus, passes deep to the gastrocnemius and soleus and lies between tibia and tibialis posterior, then becomes superficial in lower leg and passes behind the medial malleolus deep to flexor retinaculum, then divides into medial and lateral plantar arteries.